everyone, welcome along to the Sports Express Show. So 2 weeks ago we saw the start of the Super Rugby season, the 2020-2021 Super Rugby season, and it's been jam-packed action since then.
Yeah, as usual.
Jam-packed as usual. We're 2 match days in, and we're going to have another match day that's coming up this weekend. So we're going to start here at home in KZN, the Sharks. We've started really, really well, coming out the blocks, 2 wins in a row.
Quite surprised actually, because I expect more of the same from the Sharks.
Disappointment.
Not really disappointment. They're just that average
disappointment.
They're just that solid average team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're
the special charge. You don't expect too much.
Yeah, exactly. They're just solidly average.
Yeah.
So now they've started off with a bang, especially beating the Highlanders at the Highlanders.
That one was a massive one.
Which was a massive win, not only in terms of the win, but in terms of the score itself and the way they won, obviously. So I'm actually quite surprised, quite excited that they hitting form and they're winning. I just hope they can sustain the form because it's still too early to talk.
What would you attribute that to as well? Their performances and the surprising performances they've put in so far.
I think for me it's the fact that they've been a close-knit group.
Yeah.
They've kept the same coach, so they know each other. Sometimes getting a new manager or a new coach can destabilize what the previous coach has done. I think them being together for quite some time and acquiring some young blood there as well. I think there is a level of unity and a level of being brave as well. And that's why they won so handsomely against the Highlanders. So yeah,
a great victory, solid for them. And then not so surprising with the Western Province, the Stormers, in what they did so far in the Super Rugby season. They're currently top of the South African Conference.
Yeah. Not conceding any points yet, which is a solid performance. I mean, 2 games, not conceding any points.
Yeah.
That's solid. But the coach Dobson did complain that it was the second match wasn't such a good one, even though he didn't concede any points.
Yeah.
So he's looking for certain improvements, which is actually quite dangerous. It's a warning shot for the rest of the teams, So we'll see how the Stormers develop. I think with the South African sides, I feel, and rightly or wrongly, I just feel that they can't hold on to their form. I think there's a point where they reach form and then they just,
especially in the Super Rugby.
Especially in the Super Rugby, and that translates then into international as well. But seeing that we won the World Cup, seeing that there's a new structure in South African rugby, we're hoping that will trickle down to the Super Rugby sides, and hopefully they can hold this form and actually a South African side win the Super Rugby.
Exactly, because we are the world champions now in rugby.
Yes, son, we are the world champions.
We have to remind people that again. We're the world champions, so we should expect a South African side to do well in the Super Rugby.
Yes, not only well, but actually win the bloody thing, because the Crusaders have just been dollaring, bro. So I think somebody should topple them, and I think it should be a South African side.
Definitely.
Yeah.
On the other side of the South African conference, right at the bottom we have the Blue Bulls, who are in absolute tatters right now.
Yeah.
Absolute tatters.
Look.
Well, to be fair to them, they're a team in transition right now, so you wouldn't be too hard on them.
I don't want to lie to you. I don't mind the Bulls being in tatters. I don't like the Bulls, so it's fine. They can stay there as the black sheep of the family.
But it's not about you liking them. They're a South African team who are competing in the Super Rugby.
Nobody likes the Blue Bulls except for the people who support the Blue Bulls, and majority of the people don't support the Blue Bulls. So we're fine with the Blue Bulls being the black sheep of the flipping rugby fraternity of South Africa.
Wow.
They can stay down there. It's fine. But honestly speaking, they do have good infrastructure. They are in a transition period.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come back. Sooner or later. They're too strong not to. But I'm happy where they are right now. They can pop. It's fine.
The last game was actually very terrible. To be fair, it was pure proper nonsense. That's pure.
No, but that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
No, that's not fine.
That's fine.
You can't honestly be fine with that.
Hey, bro, I sleep like a baby at night, bro. When the Bulls are not playing.
I'm just saying that there needs to be an improvement from them.
No, but they will improve.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's only the second round, let's be honest. I mean, for a quality side as the Blue Bulls, they will come back, and with the quality infrastructure that they have, they will definitely come back. I'm just happy at this moment in time where they're at. When they're versing other teams from Australia and New Zealand and the Warriors, then obviously I'll root for them. But when it's the derbies, no, it's fine. They can carry on with their downward trend. Hundreds.
Sharks are going to be away again to the Hurricanes. That's going to be a tricky one for them. They're going to be traveling for their third game.
Look, I don't see them winning.
Don't see them
Nah.
at all.
No
chance.
No. Not no chance, especially with the form that
not
they're
likely.
coming. It's not likely.
Yeah.
It's not likely at all. Yeah, they're not gonna win. It's gonna be a tough, especially Hurricanes at home. That's a different team altogether. Especially when in rugby, when you're playing at home, it becomes a whole different level. It's very hard for rugby teams to win away from home because that's how much of a fortress homes are. In football, it's more likely for a team to
Go either way.
could go either way, or a team, and it's very quite normal in football for a team to have good away form, but at home they're not so good. In rugby, that seldom happens. So Hurricanes should take that one. I scheme comfortably.
Yeah.
It's not impossible for Sharks to win, definitely not. I mean, we could look back in history where Sharks have beaten the Crusaders with 14 men on the field. Nobody will forget that match. So it's definitely possible, especially with the Sharks, but I don't see them doing it.
Yeah. Stormers are going to be traveling to the Lions. The Lions it's been tricky for them so far. They've won one and lost one.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to be hosting the Western Province.
Look, with the derby, it's tricky, man. It's tricky. So I don't want to look into too much into the history of Lions. I mean, the history that we can refer to is only 2 games.
Yeah.
So it's a win and a loss. So
Nothing much there.
yeah, nothing. It counts for nothing. History counts for nothing when it comes to the derby, even though it's the history that will fuel it.
But you would say the Stormers are favourites though, going into this one.
They're playing at the Highveld. They're playing away.
Yeah.
I think
The top
because
of the conference.
Yeah, I get it, but I think because of that, things are balanced out because they're playing away.
50-50.
For me, honestly speaking, it's more 50-50 than one would think. For me.
Okay.
But I'm hoping, obviously, the Stormers win. But I just don't think it's that easy.
I still think the Stormers are favourites for this one.
You think so?
I think they are favourites. I mean, the Lions haven't. I know it's only 2 games, but they haven't been consistent.
No, but we're unreasonable though. It's 2 games.
It is unreasonable, very much so. But I still think I have a good feeling about the Stormers for this one.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Look, I mean, we'll catch it, when it kicks off, and we'll see
How
how.
this weekend starting on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see how things develop during the weekend. Like we're saying, it's still early days.
Yeah.
Let us just enjoy it for now, and we'll see where things lead up to.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you again for tuning in. Catch us again next time. Peace.